everyone. In today's lesson, we're going to talk about our final economic indicator when talking about macroeconomics. Today is going to be all about unemployment. First, we want to talk about what unemployment actually is because it might be a little bit different than what you think it is. And then we're going to talk about the different types of unemployment. So make sure you're in your interactive notebook and you're following along. All right, we're on page 5 of your interactive notebook. And again, we're talking about unemployment today. Remember, we're using it as an economic indicator to tell whether or not the nation's economy is healthy or not. So let's kick off with our essential question. To what extent does unemployment affect individuals and businesses in an economy? First and foremost, and I don't believe I have a box for this up there, but if I do, fill it in. I can't remember. We want to figure out who is considered unemployed. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, all right, Dr. Pro, anyone who doesn't have a job is unemployed. Yes, but no, because to be truly unemployed, you do have to be without work, but you also have to be, as I said, currently without a job, able to work, willing to work, available to work, and actively seeking a job. There's a lot of the population that don't do all those things, so they're not technically unemployed. Take, for example, my 5-year-old daughter. She's not actively seeking a job. She's not available to work, and she's not willing to work right now because she's 5 years old. So she's not unemployed. She's just a little kid. All right. So you have to think about that, like groups like the elderly, little kids, those who are sick, things like that are going to go into this. So if you're not able, willing, actively searching for a job, then you're not technically unemployed. If you do check off all these boxes, then you are unemployed. Now let's talk about the different types of unemployment. And we'll start off with frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment is going to occur when people take time to find a job. Most typically, this is going to be people, let's say, who are graduating from high school and or college, and they're in that kind of in-between time between coming out of school and trying to find a job. Also, it could be people who possibly are moving, someone who is transitioning out of being like a stay-at-home mom or dad, or it could just be someone who's technically looking for a new job. Maybe you're switching positions, you're going into a new career, you want something completely different. So frictional unemployment is technically kind of like when you're looking for a job. Seasonal unemployment is something you're probably going to be like, oh yeah, I know that, especially based off looking at the pictures that are here. Seasonal unemployment is going to occur when industries slow down or completely shut down for a season. Sometimes it can occur due to harvest schedules or vacations, or like you see here, Santa Claus's hands. Santa Claus isn't at the mall right now in April because it's not Christmas time. There's no sense for him to be there. In Delaware, there's no, the beach is pretty much shut down. If we had a water park in Delaware, it'd be shut down because it's too cold. The Halloween store, it's not open right now because again, it's April. It's not Halloween time, and vice versa. In the spring, in the winter time, we're not going to have the Easter Bunny in the mall. So things like that. Think like Rita's. Rita's isn't open in the winter time. So seasonal unemployment, again, when we slow or completely shut down for a season. Structural unemployment is going to occur when a worker's skills don't match the jobs that are available. Sometimes this can be caused by new technology, new resources, or a lack of education. So you want to think about, if someone, let's say you were an airline pilot and you got laid off and you are looking for a job as an airline pilot because that's what you know how to do, and there's no job vacancies for airline pilots, then you have structural unemployment. If you got a job, say at the Home Depot, but you're really certified to be, an airline pilot, that's not a job that's matching your skills. Cyclical unemployment, it is cyclical, looks like cyclical, difficult word, but think about like bicycle. So it's cyclical unemployment. This is going to be unemployment that rises during an economic downturn and falls when the economy improves. So this occurs during a contraction. So that time period, we talked about it in the previous video, in the business cycle video, unemployment generally rises during a contraction. Again, where we get worried is if we get into a recession or depression. But cyclical unemployment is always going to occur during a contraction phase. Lastly, we have technological unemployment. This is one that's becoming more and more prevalent in our day and age because technology is becoming more and more prevalent and rapid and advanced. So this is going to occur when you are replaced by a machine or a robot. That's exactly what it is. And it just sounds crazy and futuristic, but that's the world we live in these days. Textile mills are no longer done technically by hand all the way. We have computer operators for that. If you think about like self-checkout lines, or, I've seen in the news that there's coming out with like an Amazon store where you're checked in by your phone and you're checked out by your phone on the way out. So it limits those cashiers and things like that. So this is something that's going to be developing more and more as we progress with technology into the future. The last thing I want to talk about is the concept of full employment. Can we ever have full 100% employment in the United States? So that would mean like a zero unemployment rate. Technically, no. We are always going to have unemployment in the United States. The typical sweet spot of unemployment that we want to have is between a 4 and 6% unemployment rate. That's when our economy is the healthiest. Anything above that, we are not doing too well. We're never going to have full employment because we have cyclical unemployment. So we're always going to have it, like we said, as long as we don't get stuck in that contraction, then we're okay. So we want to keep that economy humming along. So again, remember, unemployment can be used as a measuring tool for whether or not the economy is doing well, because again, if the unemployment rate is higher than that 4 to 6%, something's not good. All right, so make sure this is in your interactive notebook, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.